just recording in case anything interesting happens. It seems that whenever I have the side panel fan on, it crashes. I don't know why, don't know how, don't really care as long as I find out that's the actual issue. Also, I'm not sure if one of the memory cards is... No, they're all working. And the system boots up, just that the driver keeps failing for the video card. GPU-C. Sensors. How do you upgrade a VBIOS chip? Well, upgrade the VGA BIOS. Because that's what I'm thinking is happening. It needs a BIOS update too. And so far there's no crashes. This is the first time it didn't crash. So MSI R9 BIOS. I don't want to unlock it, I just want... There we go. This is the most recent one. I shall download it, and then download the BIOS. It seems to have repaired itself. Alright. That's running, and so far no crashes. Well, none except for the side panel thing here. There we go, it's updated. Yeah, it's not being stable. Flashing is in progress, may take a minute. It's really not stable. Mouse works. Nothing else seems to work though. That must be doing something. And then Skype refuses to close. That's fun. Quit. Alright. Skype is closing. One last thing to worry about. GPU-Z is going to be the next thing to close. I'm hoping. Taking a long time to do anything. The mouse moves, that's about all there is. The doctor seems to be using all the CPU horsepower. Oh my god. I don't care. Get out. Oh, okay. Just explorers kind of run to a standstill. I'm pretty sure I can move the GPU down one slot in case it's the slot itself, because I did just use a Dremel on the case. Maybe some metal thing got in the way. Yeah, look at this. What's the resolution in it? Is it using VSR for some retarded reason? On an unstable driver? That'll be my next thing, to get a new driver for it. And I'll just let this do its thing for a while, I guess. Hey guys, GameBoy3800 here once again, and this here is Project Magma as it stands right now. And it looks pretty cool with the lights showing through even the front lid. It's got a green one for the power and a blinking red one for the hard drive. Fan in there, fan up here, and a fan in there. I could have one more on the side, but for some reason it was causing instability, like having multiple fans plugged into one header seems to have done something, or I don't know, something dumb. I can't electronics. That thing there is a lie. It is not 55 degrees. It is pushing out probably 155 degrees. This had one issue where it was incredibly unstable after I modified the case to fit the R9390X by MSI. However, it seems that after updating the video BIOS and, you know, doing Windows updates and all that, it seems to have fixed itself so far. Only one way to test that, and that is to sign into Steam and launch a game. Let's see what happens. Alright, next car game is launching. We are going to see if it is indeed stable, or if something other than the drivers had to be fixed. I really wanted that side fan to be there to both feed the GPU and the power supply, because the power supply, ironically, takes up some of the most power, or makes the most noise. I don't know why it makes the most noise. It's not because of a bad bearing or bad spring system or something dumb like that. No, the fan itself spins up fast. I don't think you understand. And we're still loading. I guess that's what I get for putting a hard drive in this and not an SSD. So far, there's no artifacts. It's not being... Oh, there it is. Spoke too soon. Far too soon. Why is it so unstable? mouse not being there is because the game is still up. It just seems to have crashed. The mouse works. It should at least. We're on the desktop, even though I told it to go to the game. The mouse is there, it's clearly working. Yeah, it's not responding. That's not what I want. There we go, there's the mouse. It's still up and running. Just keeps trying to run the broken game. And also, it's incredibly unstable once again. What could have happened between the case modification and the video card installation? I did try to force the graphics card in there, but I didn't bend the PCB or like do any metal to metal contact. So I honestly don't know what happened. I hit the reset button. And let's see what I can do. Okay, well it seems like I don't really know what's going on. There goes more driver instability. What I'm going to do is test this card on another system and make sure it didn't just collapse in on itself. If it survives this game for more than a minute, then hooray. Well, I guess staying at the desktop for more than a minute is a new goal. Then yeah, I'm gonna shut this down before it collapses in on itself. The display driver has stopped working and has recovered. Okay, well, shut down, bro. Alright, let me get this card in another system as soon as it's done. Alright, well, this system is about to shut down. This is the card I'm going to be putting in to make sure it's not the actual motherboard. And then I have a system behind me ready for the 390X to go in. So a 260 to test out the board here, and a second system entirely to test out the R9. So let's go. Get back to you when this system has its drivers installed, and we will begin this test. I lied. There's a GTX 295 in there. There's a 260. I threw in the 95 because that's the system I had before. This is the system I was testing with before the R9 came in. The exact same setup as it was before. This will determine whether it's just a graphics card thing or a motherboard thing. The graphics card I got a few days ago, so I can return it and get a new one. However, if it's the motherboard, that's another issue in itself. Now spin it. Alright, first thing to do is uninstall the AMD drivers because I know it doesn't like those. Uninstall or change the program. There will be perhaps we'll change it. I'll get back to you when the drivers are installed. Alright, the good old loud 295 is in there. Once again, we're going to see how long it can last that next card game. Yeah, sure. Let's just turn down some of the AI stuff and see how long it goes. If it goes for more than a minute, then it's already beaten the previous record, and it is a GPU issue. Well, it's already running that. Pretty good. The previous high time was about a minute. So after about a minute of this, I can determine whether it is the card or the board. Just get into some physics stuff, and then we can determine whether it is the card or no. Okay, I think that about sums it up. As far as I can tell, there's an issue with the R9 itself. I took a look at the PCIe connection, and when I was installing it, I tried to install it at the top one like, you know, it should. But instead I just kind of kept trying to throw it into the heatsink. And it did leave a scratch, but it did not leave any broken circuits or anything like that. I will clean it with rubbing alcohol in case it got stained by something. But other than that, I have no idea what's going on. Like, the only reason why I'm even gonna try to clean out the pins is I think it's like an old Nintendo game where eventually you need to clean it out for it to work again. Is that going to be the same principle? Probably not, and it's probably just a dead cause for a dead card. But, you know, gotta try something. Other than let the card look like this and perform like that. So, see you once the R9 is back in there. Alright, the MSI card is in there, and I am installing these factory drivers, just to make sure I don't screw anything up. Install. Actually, you suck. R9 290 series, that's cool. But, you know, I kind of need to uninstall a program, so you get out of here, You double get out of here. I guess NVIDIA didn't install anything unless... Nope. Okay. So I'll let this do its thing and get back to you when the game's ready to boot up. Okay, we're back and just waiting for the temperature monitor to pop up. And then it should be good to go. The AMD is in there. And we will start another test as soon as the temperature monitor pops up. It will say I need to update the driver. I will not. I'm going to be using the factory driver right from the disk. There's the temperature, so let's play. Alright, let's even put it down to the same amount of cars, just to be safe and stuff. Desync off. I will like to point out that this is not the first time it's been unstable. Before I did the case mod and everything and put it in the case right here, when I did a full episode on my friend's gaming channel for them, you know, I helped them out and I'm good like that. But what I did was, you know, I did a full 20-minute episode of just playing this game. And it was doing good, but it was chugging at points, like getting down to 20 frames. And this isn't an intense, you know, this is not an intense game. It was running on a 295 just 5 minutes ago, perfectly fine. And then, well, I guess it's not a good point there, because the 295 can run on, well, it can play GTA 5. I cannot talk while it's late at night, I guess. And we're just going to see if this game can stay running for a minute. I'm not entirely sure what would cause it to crash, so I'm just going to keep driving around, doing random stuff, having fun, what you're supposed to be doing in the game, and not diagnosing video cards. Frames like to sit well. Frames like to stay around 100 to 130. It was getting about 100 without recording at a higher resolution than all the cars, but we're doing this just to demonstrate a point. I would like to point out that I did get some debris, or whatever you call it, off of the PCIe pins, whether or not that was there from manufacturing, or whether or not it got there from trying to shove it into a heatsink. I don't know, don't really care, I just want it to work. It seems like it's doing okay, as in it hasn't died yet. I shall turn up the settings once again. But yeah, it was fully working there. So turn up the players. That's as high as it will go. So let's play. Having to render more vehicles should use up some more video RAM. Because it just may be a bandwidth thing with the PCIe thing. You'll know when it dies, I guess, when I get back to you. I will play this for as long as I can, whether it be for 20 minutes and it doesn't die, or it dies a second after I stop recording. You will see me afterwards. Well, I'd say it's been about 20 minutes and it's still stable and incredibly loud. Once again, it's all the power supply. Almost no noise is being made by the R9. Some of it is the 2-fan setup I have there. But, like I said, it's power supply. So, trade it out, do something with it, I don't know. Use it as a test supply, maybe. But yeah, this game is stable now. For the ultimate stability test, Furmark. I'll get to you when it's up and running. Okay, while simply trying to install Furmark, it crashed, and then Google Chrome stopped responding. I have a feeling this isn't going to end well. Yeah. It just stops. No real beginning of it. I was just playing next car game flawlessly for 20 minutes. And then as soon as I try to do anything, it just stops. Now the mouse won't even work. Is it blue screen, or is it resetting again? It was trying to reset. I don't get it. What made it last so long and then just stop? There's the mouse again. I tapped the power button to see if it'll shut down correctly. And this is item number 2 I'm going to be returning. So yeah. Hopefully AMD isn't always like this. First, it's a case that arrives completely broken and battered. And then it's a video card with questionable stability since day 1. And now, what's going to be next? I guess the case was before the video card. I refused to install anything, but that's not AMD's fault or anything, or it's not really anyone's fault. It just froze again. I never even bothered putting the card into the system behind me because, well, I think it's clearly evident that the card is flawed. Whether it's caused by me, or if it was a day 1 DOA thing, I don't know. All I'm saying is that I'm glad I have all the pieces still. And this is not going to do anything. So shut down. Call it a day. Project Magma on hold until I can get a new card. Until then, thanks, Gameboy out. See you next time.